Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, my name is Courtney, and today I have got 3 tasty, delicious, fast, and easy no-bake cookie recipes to share with you just in time for the holidays. So I sifted my way through Pinterest and I found 3 really delicious recipes. I wanted to do something different. You know, I think most of us have had, I don't know what the cookies are called, but they're chocolate and oats and peanut butter. They are super delicious. I love them, super tasty. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to find some new recipes. I wanted to share something different with you guys. So I am sharing one that I have had before. It's something that a lady used to make at a church social when I was in high school, and I've made it just a handful of times since then, but they are definitely something that I absolutely love. They are peanut butter clusters. I can't recommend these enough. If you like peanut butter, which who doesn't love peanut butter? Oh, I love peanut butter. Anyway, if you love peanut butter, you're going to love these peanut butter clusters. They are super tasty and super, super delicious. The original recipe calls for Special K cereal, which I was not able to get. The only Special K in my stores had like berries or chocolate or something like that in it. They did not have just plain Special K. So I went ahead and substituted cornflakes, which is fine. Not a big deal at all. But either way, these are gonna turn out so, so good. All right, the other 2 recipes I had never tried until this week when I made them, but I was not disappointed. You guys are gonna love them too. They are so good. So I've got no-bake praline cookies. If you love pralines, you're gonna love these. I love pralines. Pralines are so delicious. These cookies are perfect and so much simpler than actually making a praline. And then finally, no-bake avalanche cookies. These just looked really pretty. I thought that they kind of looked like snowballs to me. So they looked like a really great thing to have for the holidays. Of course, you could always throw like some kind of red sprinkles on them or something to dress them up. I did not do that. I just made them according to the recipe directions, and I still think they were great. Also, maybe consider some of those red and green Rice Krispies when you make them. I don't know. But anyway, let's dive right in and I will show you guys how to make these. All right, guys, this first recipe is definitely my favorite. I am a huge fan of anything peanut butter. These peanut butter clusters are amazing. Oh, the flavor is just phenomenal. So, first things first, let me just tell you guys, you want to go ahead and have all of your ingredients ready to go, because once we start cooking, the process moves very, very quickly and there's not a lot of time to have to measure anything out. This is going to boil and then start to set very, very rapidly. So the first thing I did was to measure 1 cup of just regular white sugar into a big pot, because we are going to be putting a lot more ingredients in here. And then I'm also going to put 1 cup of corn syrup in here, and we're just going to cook this until the sugar is completely dissolved. And, you know, this has been at a rolling boil, usually for like 2, maybe 3 minutes. You're good to go. Once you've reached that stage, go ahead and turn the heat all the way off. And then mix in 1 cup of peanut butter. Whether it's smooth or whether it is crunchy is up to you. My personal preference is always crunchy peanut butter. That's my favorite. However, my kids had never tried this before, and my 2 youngest do not like crunchy peanut butter or crunchy nuts or any kind of nut texture in anything. So I went ahead and used smooth peanut butter so that they would enjoy this more. But again, totally up to you. I've done it both ways now, so it works perfectly fine. Once you have incorporated the peanut butter and your mixture is nice and smooth, there's no more lumps of peanut butter, everything is dissolved, you're going to also stir in 6 cups of cereal. Now, the recipe originally called for Special K, but as I mentioned, I could not find it anywhere. I couldn't believe that I couldn't find it, but what do you do? So I substituted cornflakes, which was fine. They taste fantastic. Not a big deal. My personal preference would definitely be Special K. There's something about the texture and the flavor that I think is just a little bit superior to cornflakes. But hey, you work with what you can get. And right now I got cornflakes. And trust me, these things didn't even make it a week in my house. They were so delicious. So it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. So once you have stirred those cornflakes in, you want to move pretty quickly because this is already starting to set. We want to make sure that all of the cereal is completely coated in our mixture. And as you can see, it is getting thick. It's getting sticky. So it's a fast process. Once it's incorporated really, really well and our sauce is mixed all into everything nice and evenly, you're going to go ahead and just scoop this out onto a parchment lined or wax paper lined cookie sheet.
I would not recommend foil. If it sticks to the foil, it's going to be a nightmare trying to get that off. I would also not recommend putting it directly on any of your cookie sheets because this can get super sticky and it's hard to get off of things. So I would definitely say use wax paper, use parchment, just line it with something. I'm going to use a cookie scoop to get mine out on my cookie sheet because I found that to be easier. You can do it by hand, you can do it with a regular spoon. It really is up to you. I'm just going to dollop it out like that until all of my mixture has been put into little balls on the cookie sheet, and then we're going to let it set at room temperature until it is nice and firm and cooled down. Really took like 30 minutes. Then you store it in an airtight container for, like a week and a half, but I don't think it's going to last that long. Like I said, it was gone from my house pretty quickly. Okay, so this recipe is for no-bake Avalanche cookies. I thought these were pretty tasty. I will warn you, they are super, super sweet. Oh my gosh, so sweet. But my youngest kids absolutely adored these. Even my older one liked them quite a bit, so they are definitely really tasty. If you're not into super sweet things, these might not fit your taste profile. But again, if you've got kids in the house or you're cooking for a large group of people, these are quick, they're easy, and they do have a really great flavor. So I went ahead and measured out 2 cups of Rice Krispie cereal. I'm just using the store brand. 1 cup of mini marshmallows. Do try to keep it with the mini marshmallows. We're not melting these over heat, so you really want the small ones just so they'll melt into the mixture a little better. So on my stovetop, I have 2 cups of white chocolate chips, which is just 1 regular bag from the grocery store. And I'm mixing in 1/2 cup of creamy peanut butter. The recipe specifically said creamy. I went with creamy. If I were to make these again, I would probably use crunchy just for a little more texture. And I would also probably leave out the marshmallows because that would kind of help with the really, really sweet factor that's going on. But again, these were delicious. They've been eaten too. My kids loved them. They didn't stand a chance in my household. Anyway, we're going to melt the white chocolate and the peanut butter on the stovetop. It really doesn't take long. White chocolate is pretty soft and it melts pretty quickly. Just melt it together, make sure everything is incorporated really, really well. And then we're going to mix that with our Rice Krispie marshmallow mix that we have off to the side. Make sure everything's coated nicely in this peanut butter white chocolate mix. And again, we're just going to put it on a cookie sheet in little balls. I used another cookie scoop just because I think that's easier. And then before it sets, because these do take a bit longer to set, go ahead and sprinkle the top with mini chocolate chips. Or if you want to be really festive for the holidays, you could do sprinkles or red and green mini M&Ms. Really, options are endless. Whatever you can think of to make them fit whatever holiday you're celebrating. go for it. And again, like I said, these take a while to set. I think I had to leave these sitting out on my counter for about 2 hours to completely harden. I'm sure if you put them in the refrigerator, it goes a lot quicker, but I just left mine on the countertop while I was busy doing other things. It was no big deal. And then store them in an airtight container, and these should last up to 2 weeks. And again, I will link all of these recipes down below in the description box for you guys so that you can find them, have them, and make them. So I know I raved about peanut butter, but let me tell you, if it's not peanut butter, my next favorite flavor might be coconut. I love coconut flavored things. These no-bake praline cookies were bound to be a hit with me because they are loaded with coconut. They're also super simple. I have made pralines before. They require a thermometer. You got to reach certain stages. It's a really tricky process because you have to watch it. This is not that way. It does take a lot longer to set, but the results are really, really good. So I'm going to start off by mixing together 2.5 cups of chopped pecans. I subbed walnuts because I just prefer the flavor of walnuts. And then I also mixed in 2 cups of sweetened shredded coconut. I'm just going to leave that in a bowl, and we're going to hop over to my stovetop. Here I'm going to start off with 2.5 cups of sugar, 1/2 cup of milk, 1/2 cup of corn syrup, and 1 stick of salted butter. That's a lot of butter. I actually did cut this recipe down a bit. I didn't want to make quite that many pralines. My family, I like coconut. My husband likes coconut. Nobody else really does. So I knew that these might not get eaten, even though I had family coming. I did cut this in half. So you'll notice that I didn't put an entire stick of butter in there. I only put 1/2 stick. These were so good, though. I think I probably could have eaten a whole batch if I made them. I'm so glad I didn't, because I don't think I needed all this sugar, but oh, they were delicious. Anyway, I'm going to cook this on the stovetop till everything's melted and combined. You're going to want to just bring it to a boil and let it boil while you're stirring it for about 3 minutes. Once it has done that, you will pull it away from the heat and you will put some vanilla in. For me personally, I forgot to put the vanilla in. That's okay. They still tasted fantastic, but I totally forgot the vanilla. Once you've done all that, you'll pour it over your coconut and your nuts, stir it really well, and then just drop it by spoonfuls onto some wax or parchment paper. This also takes a decent amount of time to set. It was not quick. I ended up putting these in the refrigerator to get them to harden all the way because they were very slow to set completely. But once they did, oh, they were amazing. If you like Almond Joy or Mounds Bar, you're going to love these. It tastes like the inside of an Almond Joy, the inside of a Mounds Bar, just without the chocolate on the outside. It is so, so delicious. I cannot recommend these enough.
I hope you really enjoy these recipes because I know I certainly did and my family has enjoyed them so much. I am so glad you're all here tuning in. Thank you to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you all so much. Go ahead and comment down below, let me know what you think, or feel free to share some recipes with me. My email address is listed in the description box and you can contact me there if you have a really great recipe you think that my family would love trying. I'd love to do it and let you know what we think. That's going to be it for now, guys. I will see you soon with another video.
Make sure to subscribe to This Moment in Life, guys.
What do you say? Thanks, guys. Happy holidays.